Okay, so you're maybe standing on the edge of graduation, or, perhaps you're already in a tech role looking to kind of level up your career. Have you ever stopped to think how just one strategic move could, well, unlock significantly higher earnings, maybe leadership roles, and really future-proof your whole career in information systems?
Yes.
It's a big question, right? And it weighs on a lot of ambitious people.
It absolutely does. And that's really the core of what we're digging into today. Our focus is on a really powerful option for that kind of professional growth. Pursuing a Master of Science in Information Systems, an MSIS. We're going to be unpacking insights straight from launching your tech career, a professional development guide for MIS, CIS, and IT graduates, specifically looking at those graduate pathways for folks in these fields.
Exactly. So our mission here, for you listening, is to give you a really clear picture of the advantages an MSIS brings, how it stacks up against other grad degrees people consider, and also, let's be honest, tackle those common worries that might be holding you back. The goal is to help you map out your next steps. And hey, if you find this useful for your own journey, maybe take a second to share this deep dive with a friend or a colleague who's maybe in the same boat. Or just, think about how these ideas might fit your own plans. Right. So let's set the stage a bit. When we talk MSIS, we're not just talking about another line on the resume, are we? It feels more like a strategic investment, a real long-term play for your future. What makes it feel that way?
Well, what's really compelling is how the data clearly points to, tangible benefits. It goes way
Right.
beyond just the paper itself. First off, there's significant job security and a real competitive edge. We see this direct link, right? Higher education, lower unemployment. And increasingly, employers are actively looking for people with master's degrees for roles that maybe not that long ago only needed a bachelor's. It just signals, advanced knowledge, real commitment, makes you stand out.
And standing out often means, well, more money, doesn't it?
Mhm.
What's the deal with earning potential?
Yeah, it's a pretty significant upside financially. The source we're looking at highlights that master's holders, on average, pull in about $12,000 more per year compared to bachelor's grads. And for tech pros specifically, something like 23% directly say their higher salary is thanks to that advanced degree. So this isn't just a small bump. It adds up big time over a career, really boosting your lifetime earnings.
Okay, so beyond the salary bump, lots of people in tech want to lead teams, manage projects. Does an MSIS specifically set you up for those leadership roles?
Absolutely. And I think this is where the MSIS really shines. It's explicitly geared towards preparing you for management, even executive roles like an IT director or maybe a CIO down the line. It's not just about getting deeper tech skills. It's about building that strategic leadership mindset,
Yeah.
something that goes beyond just knowing the tech. You learn to shift from being the person doing the tech implementation to being the strategist, guiding the tech vision, overseeing big projects, and really connecting tech capabilities to actual business value.
Right, seeing the bigger picture and actually leading the charge. But does it also build on your technical base? Let you specialize more?
It does both, yeah. It helps build what people sometimes call a T-shaped professional. Your undergrad gives you that solid foundation, right? But the MSIS lets you go deeper, specialize in really high demand areas. Think cybersecurity, advanced data analytics, IT project management, cloud computing stuff. So maybe in cybersecurity, you're not just learning basics, you're diving into risk frameworks like NIST or secure cloud designs. Or with data, you're moving past dashboards to understand predictive modeling, data governance. And this mix, deep tech skills plus that broad business understanding, it's incredibly valuable. Companies are frankly desperate for leaders who can speak both languages, translate complex tech stuff into business impact and business needs back into tech strategy. That bridge, that's the real power.
That T-shaped idea sounds really key for, well, future-proofing yourself in a field that changes so incredibly fast.
Oh, definitely. That's a critical point. Tech is always changing, right? So continuous learning isn't just nice to have. It's essential if you want to stay relevant. And MSIS throws you into those cutting-edge trends, AI, big data, digital transformation. And it also sharpens your critical thinking, your research skills, which you need for lifelong learning anyway. I mean, Gartner predicts that by 2027, something like 80% of software engineers will need significant upskilling just to keep up. And MSIS is a structured way to get that done.
And you mentioned the people side, too, the networking, the professional growth beyond just the classes.
Exactly. Don't underestimate the networking side of grad school. You're in there with a group of really motivated people, many already working in the industry. You build real connections with peers, professors, alumni. And think about it, something like 85% of jobs get filled through networking. So building that built-in IS network, that can open doors to mentors, job referrals, even future business partners. Plus, just going through the program itself builds skills like perseverance, managing complex projects, research. That's all professional growth right there.
That's a really strong case. Okay, so for a lot of listeners, the next question is probably, show me the money. Does this stuff actually translate into concrete returns, real career growth? What's the outlook really like?
Yeah, the numbers are pretty compelling. They really speak to a strong ROI. So in 2023, master's degree holders had median weekly earnings around $7,737. That's quite a bit higher than the $1,493 for bachelor's folks. And they also had lower unemployment, 2.0% versus 2.2% for bachelors. That points to more job security, even when the economy gets a bit shaky.
And the overall IT job market itself, is it healthy? Are these jobs actually out
Oh,
there?
yeah. The Bureau of Labor Statistics, the BLS, they project that computer and IT jobs overall are set to grow much faster than average between now and 2033. We're talking about roughly 356,700 job openings each year. That's from new growth and people leaving roles. And the median pay for the whole IT field was about $106,000 back in May 2024. That's more than double the median for all jobs. So yes, strong demand, great pay.
And specifically for those leadership roles, the management track we talked about, what kind of numbers are we looking at there?
That's where an MSIS really makes a difference in the outlook. Roles like Computer and Information Systems Manager, think IT Director, maybe CIO, the median salary was, get this, $169,510 in 2023. And that specific job category projected to grow 17% through 2033. That means over 100,000 new manager jobs. The Wall Street Journal even ranked it as the hashtag 6 most promising career. High pay, strong growth, that's the combo.
Wow. Okay. Are there other specialized roles that see that kind of boost after an MSIS?
Absolutely. Take information security analysts. Critical role, right? Protecting digital assets. They're projected to grow an incredible 33% through 2033. That shows massive demand. Median pay was around $120K in 2023. And other roles like database architects, software developers, they're also seeing strong salaries, often in the $130K plus range. So the numbers really do back up the idea of a strong return on investment and the kind of resilience these skills give you in the market.
That resilience point feels really important. A master seems to give you a bit more stability, yeah? Even when things are uncertain.
It really does seem to. Master's holders tend to face lower unemployment, even during downturns. Why? Because their specialized skills and that advanced credential make them harder to replace, more valuable. Actually, one industry survey found 25% of tech pros said their graduate degree was flat out critical to landing their current job. It complements your experience, formalizes your expertise, and shows you're serious about the field long term.
That definitely paints a very compelling picture for the MSIS. Okay, so for listeners who are thinking, all right, I'm interested, let's look at a concrete example. Tarleton State University's MSIS program seems to embody a lot of these benefits.
Yeah, Tarleton's Master of Science in Information Systems, it's part of their Dr. Sampak College of Business, and it's definitely a standout program. It's got ACSB accreditation. Only about 6% of business programs worldwide have that. It's a big marker of quality. And it got ranked #1 nationally for information systems master's programs by Intelligent.com back in 2022. But beyond the rankings, it's known for balancing that academic quality with really good flexibility and affordability. It often gets cited as one of the most cost-effective options out there.
And flexibility is huge these days, right? Especially if you're already working. How does Tarleton handle that?
Flexibility is absolutely central to their design. It's 100% online, so you can do it from anywhere. And they offer different term lengths, 5-week, 8-week, 10-week, or the traditional 16-week semester. That lets you really adjust the pace to fit your life. The whole program is 36 credit hours. Most people finish in about 2 years. Plus, they have rolling admissions fall, spring, summer starts. It's genuinely built for working adults. Many students work full-time while they study and find they can immediately apply class stuff to their jobs, which is great.
What about the curriculum? Is it really focused on what the industry needs right now?
Yeah, the curriculum looks really well designed for that. Everyone builds a strong core understanding covering key IS areas, things like managing information systems, telecom, systems analysis, databases, project management, business intelligence, and strategy. That ensures you get the fundamentals of how IS works in organizations. But then you also get to pick electives in those high-demand specialties like cybersecurity, data analytics, software development, so you can tailor it. It's that blend, again, the deep technical skills combined with a strategic leadership view, preparing you to translate tech into business solutions and drive change.
Okay, that's definitely a lot to digest. Now, we've talked about the benefits of the MSIS, but we absolutely have to address the real worries people have about grad school. Let's hit the big one first, the cost.
Yeah, cost is always a major consideration, and that's totally understandable. But it's really helpful to reframe it.
Yeah.
See it as an investment, right? One with a potentially huge long-term ROI. Like we said, that extra $300,000 or more in career earnings, that definitely outweighs the tuition cost over time. And programs like Tarleton's are competitively priced. Many offer a pay-as-you-go, pay-by-course approach, which makes the cash flow much easier. And don't forget employer tuition reimbursement. Almost half of U.S. employers offer something. Always check if your company has a program. That can make a massive difference.
Okay, what about timing? Is it better to go right after undergrad or wait, get some experience first?
There really isn't one single right answer here. It truly depends on you, your situation, your preferences. Some people like going straight through while they're still in that school mode, get it done early, maybe mid-20s. Others prefer to work a few years, get practical experience, maybe even get their employer to help pay for it later. The key thing is, with flexible online programs, working and studying at the same time is absolutely possible. It's not always an either choice. You can fit it into your 5-year plan, maybe take 1 or 2 courses at a time while keeping your job. And those multiple start dates, fall, spring, summer, give you loads of flexibility to start when it makes sense for you.
Which leads right into the next big concern, actually balancing work and study. How realistic is that, especially with a demanding tech job?
It's definitely a challenge, no question. But look, thousands of people do it successfully every year, especially in these online programs designed for exactly that, working professionals. They often have asynchronous courses, flexible deadlines, so you're not tied to specific login times. A good rule of thumb, maybe budget 10, 15 hours a week per course you're taking. And here's something people don't always think about. The skills you build, managing your time, getting organized, prioritizing those, are huge career assets in themselves. Plus, many students find they're using what they learned in class immediately on the job. That makes it feel very relevant.
What about feeling, I don't know, worried about the coursework itself? Maybe feeling like your undergrad background isn't quite strong enough, that whole imposter syndrome thing.
Oh, that's so common. But listen, you're almost certainly more prepared than you think. Your undergrad, especially if it was in MIS, CIS, or IT, gave you a solid base. And many MSIS programs, Tarleton included, often have a sort of leveling course right at the start, usually something like managing information systems. It's designed to get everyone on the same page, whatever their specific background. Remember, the faculty want you to succeed. Grad school can actually be more collaborative than undergrad. They admitted you because they see your potential. Put in the effort. Ask for help when you need it. You'll do fine. You'll thrive.
Okay, last one, the classic dilemma. You get a fantastic job offer right when you're thinking seriously about grad school. Feels like you have to choose, right? Work or school?
It often feels that way, but it doesn't have to be strictly either. Lots of students handle this by taking the great job and enrolling in their MSIS part-time. Like we said, employers often value that ambition, might even help pay. You could always defer your admission for a semester, get settled in the job, then start classes. The flexibility is there. Now, if you do want to focus solely on school, you can usually finish an MSIS full-time in maybe 1.5 to 2 years. Then you hit the job market with that master's, ready for higher-level opportunities. And don't forget graduate assistantships, they can help financially if you go full-time. The main thing is to communicate, plan it out, and figure out the path that fits your immediate needs and your long-term goals.
This really does call for that short planning exercise the source mentioned. I'd really encourage you, listening right now, to maybe just sketch it out. Plan A, maybe grad school soon. Plan B, workforce now, maybe school later. What do the next 5 years look like in each picture? Which one gets you closer to where you ultimately want to be? Which feels more aligned with the life you want? And this is key. Take one small, concrete action step this week. Go to an online info session. Reach out to a mentor. Just look up application deadlines. Make it real. That's the first step. We really hope this deep dive has given you some valuable perspective on how an MSIS could strategically shape your future in tech. If it sparked an idea or answered a question or just maybe clarified things a bit, take a moment. reflect on your own next steps.
Sure.
Or maybe share this with someone else who could use it.
Yeah, as you stand at this point, this crossroads, just remember your career path isn't fixed, it's dynamic. It's a landscape you shape. Think about not just the destination, but the journey of learning itself. Think about how investing in your knowledge now strategically can really amplify your impact, your opportunities down the road. So, what's the one intentional choice you'll make this week, however small, to start building that future you really envision? Remember, your career is a journey, and every step you take today builds the future you imagine. Keep learning, keep growing, and go make it happen.